What up, guys? CP the Tool Addict here. Got another video here, diagnostics. We're going to talk about the Mac MDT10. This is a awesome scan tool, guys. I'm going to tell you about a couple of the features that I like about this. First, just that appearance here. We're going to talk about the first things which I like are the outer molding or the case of this thing. Nice and thick, very durable, very solid scan tool. The glass has a nice anti-glare, really holds up good in sunlight. You can see we're in a pretty well lit shop here, and there's not a ton of kickback on it with it dark. And then the fact is the power button is up here on the top side, right here, which I'm going to tell you right now. That is the biggest thing that I like about this versus its sister scan tools, the Bosch 62580S and the OTC Evolve. So we're gonna go ahead and kick this off now. I don't have this hooked up to a car, and while it's going on, this has got a J box to it. The nice Bluetooth dongle. This is this is your standard GT2 J box. Pretty nice J-box Bluetooth control. You can also flash with that too as well. If you want to use your factory scan tool and you have this J-box, you just need to hook up to it. Boom, you're good to go. The scan tool is also Wi-Fi Bluetooth capable. Really like that. It's a Android-based scan tool, like a lot of stuff is going to now. So that shouldn't be any surprise to anybody. Starts up, it's got a really nice layout, very easy to understand your layout here for, your directions to lead where you want to go. Heavy duty option. I mean, you can see that you're easy to navigate here. You got your browser. You also have your, down here in this box, to go to your app screen, which you can also add on Smart Ear. You also have your battery tester you can add on to this. I'll just pull that up real quick. So you can add a battery tester to the scan tool right there. Same as the OTC. Super nice option to have. So this is really a very compact, all-around diagnostic. Let's see if it shows a picture of the Smart Ear. The Smart Ear, I've never used a Smart Ear. Don't know what it's like. I'm not sure. See what we can do here. Can't get into that. I haven't used this function on there. Jesus, get out of there. Get out of there. Well, we'll just go ahead and get back on here. Get back to our main screen. We got some video tutorials. I don't think I've ever been into this. Let's check it out while we're here. See what they go on. It takes you to the Firefox. And probably pulls you up to a Mac. Yep. So this will take you to the Mac scan tools. Talk about tool operation, waveform, all that good boo crap. I don't really need any of that. That's kind of a those are more of a sales tactic. Granted, I like Mac tools. They don't want to let me out of here. Get out of there, fella. Oh, there's your fast touch. That's the other thing is, let's see if it goes to that. Yes, this is another good option to the scan tool. This is your fast touch, your fast touch information. So you have Identifix, all data. You have your Mitchell on demand. You can put on here your IATN, which is also a really good one to have on here. Your NASTIF. I haven't used the NASTIF. I use the IATN, and then you can go to your Mac websites if you want to, buy tools, look at stuff. Or just waste time. I personally don't want to waste any time. Anyways, nonetheless, it's got a very good list of stuff in here. So we're going to jump right into the scan tool portion. We're going to go into the select video, and now you have your select vehicle. Now, obviously, 06 and newer usually is easier to auto ID. So, and this is set up on a demo mode. I apologize, it's not a live vehicle, but I really didn't have anything in here that I don't have anything that's really got anything. I don't have anything at the time that I can do this, and I'm demoing this tool right now to make my final option on what I want to buy. I've already had the OTC Evolve. I did not do a video on that. They all three have the same platforms. The ADS 625, the Evolve, and the Mac all have the same platform. They're all basically running the Bosch software. So, whoops, do I have to go into settings? Oh yeah, demo mode automatically shuts off. Well, that's nice. Made me look like a dummy. Obviously, I can navigate this pretty well. You know, I mean, it depends on your diagnostic skills, I guess. But I think it's super easy to get in this. So let's go back in here. Auto ID. Going into demo mode. We're going to hit the old big Ford F-150. All right, so here's another. We're going to go right in. We're going to read the DTCs. It is, you know, depending on your modules, to pull up your PIDs and stuff like that. It is a little bit, it's okay. This demo mode is a little bit skewed. I don't think it's quite this fast, but on a system where there's this many modules on it, it's not too far off. And this works out pretty good. Honestly, this section for reading quick codes, if you're going to look them up, this works perfectly fine. You obviously can see it's going to pull up your DTC list. You know, I'm just going to pull up that. You know, there's really nothing you can do from this screen. So if you go to read DTCs, you find your codes in there. You go in there and you select your system, PCM patch. We'll look into that one. You can select all of them too. I wish I had showed you that. Go in here and read DTCs. If you know where you're getting a trouble code at, it's probably best to go into that first. It's a little bit cumbersome to go into that and then come out of this, and then you got to go into this. So you're going to pull up your DTC info here, and then it pulls up your programming. Now, once again, it brings down this box right here on the side, guys. Super awesome. You can go right to your all data, right to your Mitchell, right to Google, direct hit, and you got your system wiring guide, diagrams, and repair source, which are all fast link buttons, and I really dig that. So let's just showcase the little repair source button here. It's what it takes you into. Now, it's not going to show us a whole lot probably on this. We might have to switch to something. It does take a little bit sometimes to bring this up, but there you go. Gives you some information. You know, clear DTC tells you kind of what to do on. I really find this repair source to be helpful. Just for quick, simple stuff, you know, for me to try, if, you know, see if that DTC leads me to that. There you go. And let's go back into repair source. The other thing I like about it is that let's go to this. It does this right here. So now it pulls up my removal installation diagrams. I can run that down. That's down there. Gives me the procedure. So let's say it was, you know, once again, I had the scan tool hooked up and I want to use this. Now, the awesome thing about this is a technician can be in his bay working on a car and not have to run back and forth to the computer. So if he has this scan tool hooked up right away, he can already pull up the R&R, air conditioning, you know, and find out these parts, diagrams, and breakdowns. This pretty much solidifies the scan tool as being in a whole other realm than anybody else's. Just for the simple fact is that, you know, the Snap-on probably has some of this in the Veris, which I wasn't able to use that when I demoed the Veris or the Zeus. But this is where it really shines, I think, is the repair source. And then you got your system wiring diagram layout. I like this scan tool just for the simple fact is, like I said, if I'm working on a vehicle, I don't have to go back and forth. This makes you way more efficient. Once again, there you go. You see it pops up with a Bosch diagram here. So let's just look at a cooling fan diagram. We're going to look at something, you know, but it's going to give us our schematics and give us all this. These wiring diagrams are color-coded. The only thing I wish they were kind of like all data where you click on I'm so used to using the all data wiring diagrams where you click on and they highlight. You can print them off, hook it up to your printer, all that stuff. This, guys, phenomenal wiring diagram for your scan tool stuff. I can't tell you, and to back it out, you just hit the X. You can go in and look at another wiring diagram schematic. We have waveforms. We have scan tests we can do on certain stuff. Location. You got your code assist right here, which gives you frequently reported fixes, actions. I mean, super nice tool to just absolutely put you into the right realm or get you into a direction, especially, for instance, if you got a technician who's trying to learn how to use a scan tool. I've been trying to give this to new guys and get them used to using this platform because it just gives them a good direction. The scan tool is mid-range priced. The Mac scan tool and the ADS are right at the same price. They MSRP for $49.95. The updates are about the same, just around $1,200 a year. For me, though, personally, if I was going to have to choose between the ADS and the Mac, it would be the Mac, hands down. It's not just because I like Mac. They don't sponsor me. They're not paying for this. I'm doing this as, once again, information to give out to technicians, help you guys out that are looking for this kind of information. I just can't say enough good things about this. We got special test. Let's see if we can get into this. And I'll tell you the one more big thing that I like about this scan tool is that when it comes to, right there, you see that? Power balance. This scan tool is about as close to a Ford IDS as you're going to come. And you guys that work on, it's just, I don't even know how they do that without having a copyright infringement. I don't know how that works with the IDS, but I'll tell you what, guys, if you are like me when you work on Fords and you need to use that power balance, boom, right there. This scan tool, to me, is hands down something you should have in your arsenal. Is it the scan tool that's going to be the end-all, be-all? No. Is an Autel? No. Is a launch? No. You're going to hear me say it time and time and time again. No one scan tool is good enough for me. There's not one that I could say, this thing does everything. But as far as me having to have this in my arsenal, absolutely. If I had to replace replace my scan tools, I can probably hands down promise you it's going to be my launch and my Autel, or my Mac, and be a Mac or the OTC Evolve, whichever one I go for. I'm probably going to go with the Mac. I'm looking at buying this. I really like this scan tool. I really like the layout. This housing is way thicker than your Bosch ADS 625 and the OTC Evolve. It's a lot more quality feeling. It feels like it's going to be a lot more durable. I can't afford to have a scan tool go down on me, especially if I'm using it a lot and I like it. And I picked this scan tool up, about 7 times out of 10 to start looking at a car, especially when this thing comes to Fords and Chryslers. This is my go-to. I pretty much picked this up. The Autel and the Launch are still my Asian go-to. I haven't done much European on this, but I can almost guarantee you that probably can. I should try some stuff on some European. Haven't got that far, but once again, guys, like I said, one scan tool is not enough. So if you found this video interesting and helpful, we got maintenance test on here, brake service, TPMS registration. This scan tool does everything as far as your bidirectional controls. I thought there was a part in here I really liked. I thought there was a part I found in here, and I haven't navigated all the way through, but I thought there was a service information part, and I think you can add some tabs to the screen, maybe not. I can't remember if I found that out or not, if you can add it like an Android where you can add apps. But I thought there was a module in here, and I couldn't tell you for sure right now, where you could get your service information, like your, how many quarts of oil go in a car, what's your fluid, what type of brake fluid. You guys know as well as I do, if you're working on multi-vehicle cars, sometimes it's almost a pain in the ass. You can't remember all this stuff, and to have a tool that's right there on the help to do that is definitely nice. It's just a good deal. We're going to stop this. We don't need to get into that. Freeze frames, global 2D. I don't even have any freeze frames, really. That's just a demo mode. So anyways, there we go. Your DTC is found. Pass, failed, not ready, not supported. Mode 6. This is a great scan tool, guys. I wish I could go. I could probably spend a half an hour going over stuff on this scan tool. There's just so many different things that I like about it. There's things that it doesn't do that I like better, you know, with Auto on my launch. But for the most part, guys, I'm going to give this one a big thumbs up. I'm going to give this one probably an 8 out of 10 stars. It's going to be in my arsenal. Definitely a scan tool you want to have when you're talking about doing different stuff. If you can afford it, get it. You know, if you can't afford it, if you can only afford an Autel or launch, start out small, go big. But this is a scan tool that's definitely worth the money, in my opinion. The wiring diagram and the repair source, you know, they definitely are very, very, very helpful when you're trying to diagnose a car and you want something fast. You know, like I said, the buttons, having your quick reference buttons on the side of the screen there, that is a huge deal. So anyways, guys, like, comment, share, subscribe, ring that bell. Appreciate you watching, and let me know down that comment box if you want to see more diagnostic videos, you want to know more about diagnostic tools. This is a completely different one. There's no information out there from anybody other than me on this that I found right now. You know, I hope that this is definitely something that you know, helps you guys out for you know, if you're looking for a new scan tool. So thanks, guys. Appreciate you.